Hey, what's up? God spoke to me today, and it was pretty awesome. It was very encouraging. We can think we're believing right and everything, and then God can show up and speak one little word or one little phrase, and He can change everything. And not that I was way off course or nothing. I guess I was just holding on to something in the past and holding on to regret somehow or another. I don't really understand all of it. I know that the enemy's always working, and that's why we got to know God so we can hear His voice. And another thing is when I realized what He was telling me, and when I let go, His voice became so much easier to hear. But what He spoke to me was, I've been seeking the Lord for freedom in some areas, and I've been seeking Him for breakthrough in different situations. And like financial breakthrough, freedom from certain things, just personal stuff, And this is what He ran through my mind. He said, freedom and breakthrough will not happen and come until you see yourself how I see you right here, right now. Until you see yourself for what I paid for. And I was just like, whoa. Like I thought I already was, you know what I mean? But obviously not. Because when we fully see ourselves the way He does, and we start loving ourselves the way He loves us, then His love shows up, His presence shows up, His power shows up. Like your faith goes from the dirt to the sky. I mean, it's unreal when, like in 2023, the first time I was able to when He enabled me, or I fully grasped the understanding or the meaning of it. I don't know which one it was, but all I know is it happened. When I fully believed, I let go of all my insecurities and my failures and my sins, my screw-ups, and I believed that He saw me as holy and righteous, that He loved me, that I was accepted, that I was His son, I was a son of God, and that I was righteous, and that I had been set free from sin. When I fully believed that, and it's not just words, it does something on the inside. It's all on the inside. But anyways, when I did that, it was just like, this is the best way I know how to explain it. It was like there was a river flowing, right? And there was a dam, and it was just stopped, okay? It was like God just opened the dam, and it was a river of liquid love flowing through my body. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. If you can picture the best feeling, the most joy, the most peace, the most love, the most confidence, the most assurance that you could ever experience in your life. That's what it was for 3 weeks straight. And it was powerful. It changed so much about my life. He set me free from lust, just like that. I mean, He set me free from so much stuff in just a moment when He did that. And what's crazy is I was still struggling with all that stuff when the love showed up. So it wasn't me stopping doing all this stuff for Him to love me. That's a lie from hell. You just believe what He says about you, and then His Spirit shows up and sets you free. Because it says you got to put to death the misdeeds of the body by the Spirit so you can live. I mean, it's powerful. So it just... He just showed me I was still holding on somehow or another to my past. I wasn't fully letting it go. And so I got excited, I was like, man, that's awesome. I was in the presence, and about an hour or so later, I guess, He ran another phrase through my mind. He said, don't get discouraged if it don't all happen at one time. He said, expect it to happen quickly, anticipate it to happen quickly, look forward to it happening quickly and easily. He said, but don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen that way, because it's our faith. Like, we got to have faith, and you can think you have faith, but faith only works through love. It doesn't work through striving. It doesn't work through desperation. It like certain kinds of faith. Now, when you're trying to find God and you ain't never found Him before, then that's a little different. But I'm talking about faith to like move mountains. That kind of faith. Like if somebody's sick and you're praying for them, it doesn't work through fear. It doesn't work that way. That kind of faith only works through love. But anyways, she spoke that to me. He was just letting me know to look forward to it. But if it didn't happen the way I think it should happen, then not to get discouraged. You know what I mean? And when He shows up like that, it don't matter what you're going through. It don't matter how hard you think it is. The impossible becomes way more than possible when He shows up. Like the worst of the worst situation, it doesn't matter, like physical situation, emotional situation, spirit, it doesn't matter what it is. Like when He shows up with that river of love, all things are possible. Because it says in the Bible that all things are possible for the one who believes. So it's all about believing. It's all about believing what He says. So He was showing me that I can't earn it, because I was thinking I had to get to a certain level in the flesh in order to fully be able to believe and receive from God. That's a lie from hell. Now, obviously, you can't just go out and on purpose be doing what you want to do and be sinning and doing this and that and thinking you're going to be right up in there with Jesus all the time. I don't believe it works that way. But we just gotta really seek Him to know Him, because the more you know God, the more you're going to become like Him, because you always become like the person that you worship, the thing you worship. So, and like there's a lot of days where I'll just worship the Lord all day because I'm not really hearing His voice, and then by the end of the day I'll realize, like, man, I'm fired up. I'm in a great mood. I'm full of joy. I'm full of peace. And it's just because I was worshiping the Lord all day. It's just, it's incredible because He doesn't speak every single day. I mean, in one way or another He usually does, but it's not always super obvious, you know. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference in your own thoughts and the voice of God. And then sometimes He speaks with an audible voice and it shakes you. Like you're just like, whoa, like it's kind of scary, I guess. Not scary, but it's right in that line with it. Yeah, it's crazy. He speaks a bunch of different ways, but anyways, He speaks through His Word a lot. If you really want to hear His voice, just get in the Word until something jumps off the page and slaps you in the face, and then you're like, you heard from God. You know what I mean? Like, that's about the quickest and easiest way I can think of to tell you that you can hear from God. But yeah, I just figured that would encourage somebody, because until we see ourselves fully how He does, freedom, breakthroughs, deliverance, all that, it ain't gonna come. It's not gonna fully come until we fully see ourselves how He does and love ourselves the way He does. Because we're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. And if I could love everybody else the same way He loved me, like, that would change the world. You know what I'm saying?